most frequently asked question by sellers today. They know that they can get top dollar for their home, but they ask, where do I go? Selling means that they immediately have to enter on the other side of this wild market where they know how competitive it's going to be. So how do they do that?
I think also kind of making the seller feel like kind of getting also maybe even excited about the unknown, but letting them feel like that they're going to have the time that they need to figure it out. And the first thing I do nowadays in a listing presentation is I'm explaining to the seller off the bat, because I answer the question before they even ask it. Like, in today's day and age, the seller is in the driver's seat right now in terms of a closing time frame. I bring up the story of my teacher, greatest guy, my physics teacher, and we sold his $1 million place in New York, and it's actually in both states, in New York and New Jersey. And the dream scenario for them was, if we can sell and wait till our child finishes high school, that would be our dream. Right. I said to them, the likelihood of that happening in October and waiting for closing in June is highly unlikely. Right. But we ended up creating a bidding war. And what I like to do is I usually use the time frame to tell I have that carrot as the thing I use when I'm telling the buyer, okay, we're gonna accept your offer if you can agree to this time frame. That's usually how I do it. So I said, they ideally wanna wait until June to close, but what we did agree to is a closing in April, like next week, right, and with a small rent back until June. So it made the seller felt great, and I think that's what we're doing, across the board. I'm explaining to the seller basically, don't worry about the time frame right now, because the buyer will agree. We can even get buyers to honestly agree to an open-ended deadline.
Yeah, which I have done before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's you're the way you put it. They're in the driver's seat is exactly how to put it, right? Yeah. Like, how would you like this to work out? Your ideal scenario. Tell me.
Yeah.
And okay, let's do that.
Yeah. And I'm dealing with another one now. This guy's got a mid-century house. The house probably pre-COVID would have been worth more like $750,000 or $800,000. Ryan is about to text him now. I just from people driving by the house, I have 2 people willing to offer him $1 million right now. He told us that if he could sell it even for $950,000 or above, he would sell it. He, the other day, said the same thing to me. He's like, I'm worried. I don't want to know if I want to put on the market now because I feel like I have to sell my business first. And I said to him, I was like, I promise you, we can work out terms for the buyer. So one of the buyers happens to be a friend of mine. I'd be representing them both. And I told him the guy's mindset already. And you know what his offer came in originally with? Full price, which what we told him that, we would put on the market with 6 months to close. Okay. I mean, that was just his opening offer. Right, like to allow the seller 6 months to figure out, sell his business, do whatever he wants to do.
There you go. And like you said, with as many people trying to get the homes, they're going to be flexible. And a lot of the people that don't want to or can't go to these crazy numbers can then add the flexibility factor, which adds a ton of value to them, to the seller, because they have peace of mind for 6 months or more. And, at the end of the day, they're getting it done. They're comfortable with the timeline, and they're getting that full power of the return on investment.
Absolutely.